What's up, my buttercups? Today we are going to cover Pluto in the third house. So what is Pluto? Well, Pluto is the planet that represents transformation, the death and rebirth process, and things that we obsess about. So what is the third house in astrology? Well, the third house deals with communication, the written and spoken word, the mind, your siblings, maybe communication between the individual and the ones that they hold close, like siblings or neighbors. So what happens when we mix the planet of transformation with the house of communication? Well, remember, Pluto is here to teach us things, okay? And one of the most important lessons that someone with this placement will learn is how to transform their intellect into something that can benefit others. This can manifest in a lot of different ways, this placement can. So maybe as a child, there may have been some difficulty communicating with others, whether this means the person was nonverbal for a while or had a speech impediment. It could have even manifested in a way where this person was wise beyond their years and understood things at a deeper level than others around them. Yet all the children around them just weren't up to that level. So to speak to others, it was difficult for this individual to communicate with others around them because they just weren't up to that level. It usually manifests into some type of barrier that prevented the person with this aspect in communicating like the others around them. Now, Mercury rules the third house, okay? And Mercury is a quick planet. Just think about it. It's the closest planet to the sun. It makes the quickest trip around it. So these people can be quick in their thinking, even quick-witted. They can come up with some of the funniest stuff super fast, or maybe a super fast comeback to a situation. They may only think it though. They may have difficulty expressing it. Mercury deals with the mind. So these people are always thinking and always analyzing. You know, Mercury is associated with Gemini, and I always think of Gemini as the twins. They are one, but they are getting two different things done at once. So these people may be good at multitasking, but also they may love learning about all kinds of things. They will probably be interested in a wide variety of topics, kind of like the old saying, jack of all trades, master of none. They will probably know a little bit about everything. There will be many topics that they deep dive in because they like learning. They are curious little critters and they find new information stimulating. They almost have like this restlessness of learning new things, okay? And if there's ever a topic that they become passionate about, you will find that they will never let up until they get to the bottom of that topic, okay? They will almost always be lifelong learners because they have such a thirst for knowledge. They often believe that knowledge is power and is very empowering. Someone with this placement as a child may have asked a lot of questions or at least thought of a lot of questions in their mind to research later. They may not have actually asked them. People with this placement don't necessarily take another person's answer for fact. They want to research and figure things out on their own. People with this placement a lot of times learn from their own experiences. Now, one thing that someone with this aspect has that is sometimes a blessing, sometimes a curse, is being cutthroat with their words. So someone with this aspect has the uncanny capability of going deep and learning about someone at a deep level, okay? Uncovering secrets about other people. They can find that others open up to them in profound ways. Sometimes people that know them and sometimes people that barely know them will do this. You know, I have a friend with this aspect, okay? And she always talks to me about how people that she just met will actually cry when they're talking to her because just by conversation, she is able to pull out vulnerable things These people like to go deep into conversations. They may get bored with simple conversations like, how's the weather? This is probably why they struggled as children, because everything is basic when you're a child. It didn't go deep, but learning others' vulnerabilities can be a blessing and a curse, because you are helping that other person move energy and release things. But sometimes the individual with Pluto in the third, if they are provoked, they may spew venom, okay? They can be extremely powerful with their words and say some of the most meanest, harshest things that can weaken the other person. It's kind of like the fork in the road, okay, where there's two paths. The Pluto in the third person can use their powerful words for good or for bad. They can be quite blunt and direct, but remember, some people don't like blunt people because they can't handle it. Someone with Pluto in the third house has the tremendous capability of captivating and moving audiences and transforming others with their speech once they themselves have transformed and realized how powerful their words are, okay? They are deep thinkers. Remember, Pluto is the planet of obsession as well. So it's almost like someone with this placement is always playing chess in their mind, okay? Always thinking of scenarios and how they may respond to them, so that when the scenario plays out, they have the most perfectly crafted response all ready to go. Now, I will say one thing that frustrates someone with this aspect. It is when they think of the most clever comeback after the event has happened. Believe me, they will think of it, but they will just keep it to themselves and be ready if anything ever happens again. Now, like I said, these people have the uncanny ability to pull things out of people during a conversation. However, they may not like it if someone does this to them. It's almost like they could feel exposed in some ways, because they know the information that they give others, especially about their vulnerabilities, can be used at a later time in a bad way. They know the good and evil of words and the powerful effect of them. Now, Pluto is a powerful planet. It has the capability to transform or destruct. So the people with this placement have to learn how to transform their communication as an adult, whether it is in writing or speaking. They can have a profound effect on others because there's often an emotional weight that comes with this communication style of someone with Pluto in the third, which can sway others into great things. You know, actually, I forgot to mention earlier, it's possible that someone with this placement as a child inadvertently learned to become shy because they are always thinking and processing. But also, it may be that they were just above everyone else's level for a while, so they learned to just kind of keep things to themselves and observe others. Or they may have hung out with older people even as a child because the adults were the ones that truly understood the child's intellect. Also, you may see that as a child, they may have had times where no one interacted with them. But as an adult, they can transform this. And now they can be great conversationalists because they can talk about a wide variety of topics because they've researched them or experienced them. As a child or even as an adult, someone with this aspect may love doing puzzles, okay? Like word puzzles or crosswords or anything that stimulates the mind or unravels a mystery. Someone with this placement is like the intellectual detective, okay? They love those, they may love those logic puzzles or where you have so many clues to figure things out, you know. I struggle with those. I can never solve them. No matter how many times I read the clues, I cannot get the answers. But someone with this placement can love those, or those seek and finds, or just anything that would stimulate their mind. You know, actually, now that I think about it, someone with Pluto in the third would be great at making motivational YouTube videos. They have a unique way of speaking and communicating with others that can captivate them. So if you have this aspect, you may consider writing a book or starting a YouTube, getting the information that you have in your mind out to the world to benefit others. Anyone with this placement will go through lessons regarding their communication style during this lifetime. So if this is you, how has this aspect played out in your life? How was your childhood versus your adulthood? I put out videos every Sunday on astrology, and right now we are doing a series of Pluto through the houses. You don't have to like or share or subscribe. I will still be right here every Sunday doing my thing, sharing with the universe what I know about astrology. So I look forward to seeing you, my little buttercups, in the next video. Mwah!